Model Horse Tag School, and today we're going to talk about the breast collar for the barrel racing saddle. Now, this here can go either direction, all right? So depending upon how you mirror it, it's either going to be a lot wider, you know, like a standard roper breast collar, or it'll be more like a collar, and it'll be higher up along the horse's withers. So you have to determine what you want now, and then you should also determine if it's going to be standard, breast collar. You'll want your D-rings on your saddle to be here, and if you want it to be more like a collar, then you would want them to be here. So you can always do both on your saddle itself. So if you want to switch back and forth, you can have two sets of D's, but you kind of should determine that now, so you get the mirrored, get it right. Okay, this is very much like any breast collar. We're just going to. This is a 5mm jump ring. Usually it's an 8, so this is definitely smaller than a roper breast collar, but it's supposed to be. It's very lightweight. Again, a lot of times the tack is lightweight because with less weight, you're going to have a faster horse. Okay, that's the thought behind it. So we'll go ahead and get that there on the ring. Now on the ends are going to be D's, or I'm using D's. I've got some 3/32 D's, but you can use jump rings, turn them into D's, or just jump rings. If you're going to do the jump rings, I would also go with a 5 or even a 4mm. They don't have to be very big, so I'll go ahead and put this on both of them. Now, I'm not necessarily making this to accommodate a tie down, so I'll show you how you can do a tie down loop, but I really don't, I prefer not to have a tie down loop, just because I would prefer to show live, and in live shows, the less tack you have on the horse, the less you have to remove or put on for the next class. So I tend to try and go without too many extras, just to save time when you're in a fast-paced live show. Now, if you're going to photo show, of course, obviously you can do whatever you want, and it'll work, great for you. But I, on the other hand, just that's not what I do. Now, this what I'm doing right now, this is fabric. And I glued it onto this really ugly leather that I have, just as it's a pigskin of some kind. But I glued it on there, and I'm using that. So that's how I did this. It's just fabric on some leather. You could probably do fabric on faux leather or fabric on faux suede. I mean, you just need something that's going to give it the right body, right? So the next thing is this center here. We're going to go ahead and tuck that in there and glue it down. Now you see right now, before I do that, you can do it in either direction, but you kind of have to pick. And so this way you can see it's going to be more, let's see, yep. That's going to fit funny on the horse's chest. You can, I mean, if you know what a horse's chest looks like, that would fit funny. But you can do it this way. You can do it up tighter, or you can do it this way, and then it would be more like a regular. So you wouldn't do it like a collar, you do it like this, okay? And we're going to do it more like a collar on this one. All right, so I'm not quite sure how long this is. I measured from the horse's chest through the horse's legs, okay, because this is what will connect it to the girth underneath. And it's going to be a little bit different for each horse. This one is for Flue powder, which I don't. That's Sirius, the gray cutting horse. His show name is Flue powder. Yes, I'm a Harry Potter fan. Okay, and then we can get a small piece, and I mean like a really, like maybe an inch. Make sure it's skived. And I did skive all of this. And we can go ahead and and make that loop that you might want for a tie down, because you never run the tie down through this loop. All right, there's always another loop that sticks out that you put the tie down on. I made that mistake for years because I wasn't paying attention. So it's really easy to do. So here you go. Now I've got a loop there. So what I'm going to want to do is glue this onto this here. So we're going to go ahead and push this back here. I'm not going to push it through the loop yet. I'll do that after it's dried, glue. And then to try and make sure that loop is centered. And then from here down, I'm going to go ahead and glue it. Now I could use a narrower leather lace. I made the leather lace for this. So and I didn't go any thinner, so this is what we're using. And then reach in and pull that loop through the hole, and then if you did a yeah, I wasn't going to do it, so but there you go. There's your loop in case you wanted to do a tie down, and you would slip the tie down right through that loop. I wasn't planning on it, but I'll put the loop there anyways. All right, then for underneath, this is the connection to the girth. It's a hook and a buckle. So I usually keep this really short, less than an inch. And that way the buckle on this doesn't end up between the horse's legs. So all of the adjustment is underneath. I just think it looks better that way. Yeah, I was shooting for a 16th inch. And I think I just made 3/32, so have to turn these sideways in order to sorry, I should be able to do this faster. Okay. We'll go ahead and put a point on this, and then we buckle that, which you don't need to watch me do. Okay, so the last thing you need to make are tugs, and that's a buckle on one end and a point on the other. So here's my point, and I'll go ahead and get these buckles on for you. All right, there you go. Make sure you put your tug straps in through the front so that your buckle is in the front. I used instead of leather keepers, I used 4mm jump rings here. I did have to redo this to a 1/16 leather lace instead of what I was using. But there you go. That is your leopard print barrel racing breast collar. Thank you for spending time with me today. Like, subscribe, tell all your friends about this channel, and have a great day.